What's going on? It's your boy DJ Willie Will. And I'm coming to let you know the Zealous Vibe, we're still at it. Every Monday in July, we're going to be at Club Odyssey from 8 p.m. to about 11. So come check us out. Just to give you a little teaser on what's going on. July 7th, we're going to be talking about mind over matter. July 14th, we're going to be talking about narcissism. And you can't miss July 21st. We're going to let the ladies take over the podcast with our hosts and a couple of special guests. So support us. And I'm looking forward to seeing you here Monday.
That's up to you. Everyone's voice deserves a debut, but what they say is just
Welcome back, you all, to Zealous Vibes Unfiltered. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I see a bunch of new faces out here. I see a lot of old faces out here, so thank y'all for supporting us. We definitely appreciate that. Today we're going to be talking about mind over matter, because your mind matters. But before we get into that, it's your boy DJ Willie Will, and let me go ahead and let the panel introduce themselves, starting to my left.
It's Tone Block, B-L-O-C-K, not black.
And it's The Real Cherie on IG with a C, C-H-E-R-E-E, The Real Cherie.
And yours truly, DJ Willie Will, and we won't do the AKAs today.
Not today.
This your girl, has no other KT.
And your favorite girl, favorite Tay.
So let's go ahead and jump right into this, y'all. There's a lot of stuff that's been on my heart and been on my mind for a very, very long time. Unlike other, I'll go ahead and call out my African-American males. Unlike our other African-American males, I have been through a lot of counseling and a lot of therapy. And guess what? It helps. So today, we're going to share a lot of our stories, a lot of our emotions, and how certain tactics work and certain tools work in healing yourself. But I actually want to start off with my personal story, if y'all don't mind. Y'all mind if I go ahead and take the mic and then I'm going to let y'all
go for it.
Y'all like, they be like, he always hog his first 5 minutes.
Oh, kick your feet up.
Open the floor up.
So, military vet right here, so I got a lot under my belt. I got a lot of trauma. You talk about childhood trauma. Everybody got childhood trauma. If you think you don't got childhood trauma, you need to go see somebody right away.
Tone Block.
And so, piling a little bit of childhood trauma onto veteran trauma, been to Iraq, been to Bosnia, and then, having a wife. Is that trauma, having a spouse?
You did not lump that in there.
Okay, let me receive that.
I'm about to say having a wife.
That's good. I was just trying to see if y'all was awake. That's all. Okay, all right.
Slid that
I guess
in.
we too much.
But let me get back to it, though. The trauma that I had, they tell you when you come back, because I was in Iraq for a year, y'all. And being out there, being alert and being on guard for a whole year, it does something to your psyche. It's like coming back to America, it was like, I'm always on guard. I didn't know how to shut it off. I'll be honest with y'all. I slept with a gun every night. Knowing even, it's safe. And to me, it didn't feel safe in my home. It didn't. Even with my wife beside me at the time, my ex beside me at the time, it didn't feel safe. It was a mental thing for me. It's a way for me to keep myself safe. When I was over there, I brought that back. So what I had to do, because my ex at the time, was like, you need to go get some help because you're not right. So what I did was, first thing I went to go do is I got anger management. I got that. The second thing I went to go do, is relationship training. And then I got personal training. That's what I want to talk about today, is kind of a personal healing. And in my personal healing, I've learned how to better my mind, better my body, and better my action through a few skills that we're actually going to talk about today. I ain't going to hold the mic too long. Do anybody on the panel have anything they want to share as far as when it comes to personal trauma?
Well,
That's deep. A lot of people don't want to talk about personal trauma. It's deep.
I'll just say this. I agree with you. I say it all the time. I think that everybody has some form of childhood trauma, just simply because no one grows up with the perfect upbringing, the perfect parents, the perfect set of circumstances. And even if you grow up into wealth and money, because a lot of people think rich kids don't have problems, but they do. It's just a different set of problems than what someone who's a little bit less fortunate or their financial status is a little bit different than that of a wealthy person. But I think overall, everybody has childhood trauma, and I'm a proponent of therapy. I've been to therapy more than once, more than twice, for different reasons, and I love therapy. I think that more people, especially in the African American community, should be in therapy. It works, it helps, and I say this all the time, and I'll just kind of wrap it up with this. If you go to the doctor because you stump your toe or you break a limb, you go to the doctor that is specific for that ailment so that he can help with that body part or help heal you in some way. Well, your mind is just like that. And so sometimes we have situations that come up in life happens, and you need to see a physician for your mind. That is what therapy is. That is what mental health is. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's no different than you going to the doctor for the flu or COVID or whatever you're going through or have. Going to the doctor for your mental health is the same thing, and it should just be viewed in the same way.
What's on your mind, Tay? Miss Favorite Tay out there?
I'm going to go by my trauma. I have two. And some of y'all may went through it, some of y'all may is rape and molestation.
Okay.
Okay, so
physical trauma and mental trauma all combined.
Yeah,
And if y'all didn't know, there's a such thing called combined trauma. I learned that. Yeah. Go ahead, Tay. I'm sorry.
And then I also have little trauma of health issues. So I will talk about that later on during the show about how I actually fought depression, anxiety, and how I was able to let go of my trauma.
Okay.
Love it.
What's on your mind?
I could speak a little bit of self-trauma itself or just mental health itself. I believe at one point in time I was in the 6th grade or 12 years old, and I used to walk to a bus stop, and that bus stop, it was maybe about 5 miles away from the house, or maybe 4 if you're walking distance. However, I never knew that there were so many predators out there, because as a young child, we're safe in our own environment, just doing what we do. But we also have parents to guide us because they've been through the same situations, and so they try to refrain from it. And it came a time, or it was acknowledged that there was like a family member who actually was stalking me at a point in time, to a point where I had to physically have a bus stop in front of my house to pick me up. And to be honest, I never really liked nobody knowing where I stay. So being the first or the last person to be dropped off, it's like, damn, I drive by, and we stay on the main street. So it's like, dang, I drive by your house all the time. And how did it make me feel? But growing up, because I knew that there were people like that, and it hit closer to home so I can understand it stranger the same way, I always went by a different name, Angel. A lot of people would know me from Angel, and I use that as a self-identity, like a hiding identity, because I never wanted people to know my real information to a point where they use that, or they take advantage of my information and try to sell it off to something else. So if anybody that's watching, they wonder, well, why is your name Kentera or KT or something like that? And I give you Angel, it's because I don't trust a lot of people to look me up to figure out who I am.
Now, we'll speak on this angel crap.
Not crap.
No, it's not crap. But it was crap when I was trying. I was trying to look her up. Like, this ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Because I know your real name.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, let me link up our social media. And I was like, what is girl at? I was like, let me go with the other alias name. Yeah. I couldn't find you.
Okay.
I had to call her up and was like, girl, if you don't give me your social media so I can follow you. So it does help. So if you do have issues out there with stalkers or with anybody, it might behoove you to not use your whole name or your full name on the internet. That's another security measure that you can take to keep those stalkers off of you.
Yep.
Right. Well, or a defense mechanism. You know, I think that when you suffer a trauma like that, it's going to show up, right? And so you said you don't trust people now, you know, and you use an alias. The reason for that is, you, like you just said, you don't trust people, but it's your defense mechanism. It's your way of self-protecting yourself so that you don't put yourself in that position. And you didn't do anything wrong, by the way. So you didn't put yourself in that position, but it, as a defense mechanism, when you suffer with any type of trauma in your life, your body, your mind is naturally going to kick into survival mode and create anything. For some people, it's another identity. For some people, it's an alias.
Yeah.
For some, you know, they change the way they look or they live, you know, in seclusion, but you do a lot of things, but it's just your mind and your body trying to protect you.
Protection. Yeah. And like you say, a lot of the times people are so quick to bring their trauma onto others because they're trying to, or they use that defense mechanism to get their own self-protection. And that's the biggest part of mental health, really.
That's why therapy is so important, right? Because we don't want to project our traumas or insecurities or whatever they may be onto other people. They don't deserve that. Therapy is for everybody. That's why we all need it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Tone, what's on your mind? You ain't got to put the trauma out there. Tone. You can tell stories about somebody else.
You might have helped a
somebody else, but
Yeah, this is a hard
it's
one.
not always meant to put your stuff out there. Yeah.
Come on now.
I can't think of no trauma, but I mean, I'm scared to open biscuit rolls, so I don't know how to get over that. And if balloons around me, I'm scared because they might pop. So I don't know how to get over it.
Sound like you.
It ain't trauma. It's just I ain't
Oh, no, you
dealing
said
with
you
it.
scared the moon might pop?
He said balloon.
Oh, balloon. I thought you said balloon.
You scared of clowns too?
Nah, just biscuit rolls and balloons. That's it.
It could be. Is there some trauma with gunshots or gunfire or something like that growing
No.
up? No?
No.
Okay.
He just don't like
This is a hard one for him.
That sounds like anxiety,
It
like you
is.
trying to open up that biscuit roll and you just anticipating that pop.
that
He's like,
hurt,
you know, F it. You can have these biscuits.
I don't hear that sound. You shook
I don't really think that the therapy is for everybody. I mean, I guess maybe whatever you do that's therapeutic,
Yeah.
you know, that's different. But I guess I'm thinking counseling. Like, I don't think counseling is for everybody. Like, I tried it. It's, how you gonna tell me you want me to tell you what's wrong, and then you gonna fix it? If I know what's wrong, I can fix it.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing.
You don't know what's wrong.
Sometimes some people don't know
Well,
what's
how
wrong.
they know what's right then or what's wrong? If I tell them what I already know, then I do know.
So let me. You have to look at it the way I explained earlier. It's no different. Do you go to the doctor and tell the doctor how to fix your broken bone, or do you trust that his skills and expertise and schooling, everything he's learned, or that makes him a professional, he's qualified to tell you how to fix your broken bone? You listen and you take his advice and you go on about your business. Mental health or therapy or counseling is the same way.
Everybody ain't gonna accept it, is what I'm saying. I don't accept it. Like me, you can say, "Oh, it'll work for you." How you know it work for me? That'll work for you. That shit don't work for me.
Right.
Like I'm not willing to accept it. Like I'm one of them people. I'm gonna go through the ups and the downs. And when it's a hard time, you know what? I deserve this shit. Let me go and push through. Eventually, it's gonna be over, and we're gonna get back on track.
So I got a question.
So I'm just a time person.
And I'm not going against your thoughts, your life, but my question is, when you're feeling down, what do you do? And I'm going somewhere here with this. Like, if you're feeling down, what do you do? And it's
If
not
I'm
that
alone, then I might just play some music.
Yep.
the music. And I'm bringing that back to a
Music
tool
therapy?
that I've used, and it was sounds. It was music. So even though he's saying that therapy might not be for him, he is still using
certain type.
tools
Yeah, so
that
not
other
therapy,
people
I'm
go
saying
see
counseling.
and get these tools to use. There's a lot, like when I first went to therapy, they was like, you know what, Will, you are very self-aware.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah,
Like, you
thank
aware
you.
of
Like,
your
I'm aware.
concerns.
Like, when I get down and if I get depressed, I'm aware. But sometimes you get in that little funk that you need a little guidance. You need a little help or whatever. Or you may not have those tools that'll get you through the trials and tribulations that you may have been going through. So I understand what you're saying, Tone. You're still using a lot of those tools you using on your own free will.
Just
and
not
accord.
counseling. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anything else, I'm open ear. But counseling, like, I don't need to tell nobody my problems.
Right.
And see, I can understand where you're coming from, because I mean, we all have mixed emotions on it, and considering that we wasn't raised on that type of concept of getting counseling or therapy, sometimes it might just be needing to talk to somebody outside of who you are around. Like, you feel like you can't be vulnerable to other people, but you can be vulnerable to someone you might not know. But also, I've had an example of someone who used to say, well, therapy don't work, therapy this, I've tried that. My problem is not with that person. My problem was with the people that I have a problem with. And I feel like my therapy is just confronting those type of people. And I told them, I said, well, if you confront them people and them people don't care about what you're saying, then how are you going to fix your situation? They'll be in your face. And you can confront them all day. They might not even be actively listening, or they not even care about what you even speaking about.
So that's not your therapy then, because you need somebody to interact with you for it to work. If they don't care, you just sitting here telling me, man, move around. Now you ain't getting nothing solved.
Go ahead, Tay.
May I say something? At first, I thought counseling and therapy wasn't going to work for me until I ended up getting very depressed. And once I became depressed, I did not know how to get out of that stage at all whatsoever until I saw a counselor. She gave me the tools to get myself out of it. Once I learned that tool, I was able to achieve what I wanted to achieve. I let go of most of those that I thought was my friends, wasn't my friends. So now what I do is, if I get into the depression, I had to actually talk to myself and tell myself, get up, get out of the house, move around.
Yeah.
It works. It really does.
It does. Was you about to say something before I jump? Because you said something. I'm going to keep it brief. You said something that I've used in my relationship counseling. And when you said get rid of friends, there's actually a relationship module that people can use. And what it does is break down who you're involved with. And I'm gonna say what's the benefit. This doesn't say this in this module right here, but who you're involved with, what they're getting out of the relationship, what you're getting out of the relationship, what you expect, what they expect, and what is the outcome of the relationship. And we're not just talking about a romantic relationship. We're talking about a friendship. We're talking about family. You got relationships. We're talking about coworkers. So when you go through that, if people don't know how to let people go, or you don't know why they still in your life, you might need to. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post this on our website, this module, so people can just sit there, fill it out, and you can make a decision if you need to let somebody go or not.
Right.
And I just wanted to break down the term of mental health for anybody who may not know what exactly mental health is. So mental health can be our emotional, psychological, or social well-being, and it's the influence on how we think, feel, act, impacting our ability to cope with the stress that we have. So in different categories, like I said, psychologically, emotional, and social. Emotional can be expressing and managing emotions. So how do you express, or how do you portray your emotions? Are you always angry? Are you sad? Do you cry about everything? Is you sensitive? Psychologically well-being could be positive sense of self-feeling, confident, having sense of purpose. So are you out there with confidence, or is your mind straight to be aware of others or what you are about or who you are? And then social well-being can be building and maintaining healthy relationships, as you were just saying with the modules, feeling connected to others, contributing to society, being out there, because sometimes we'll have social anxiety, or we'll have, what do they call? introvert thing where people would stay self-connected and they feel like they can't connect with others. So we have to find ways to connect with others, and that's living outside of our own anxiousness and our own anxiety. And if anybody don't know what anxiety is or anxious, it's to fear something.
Just a little bit about one of the times that I went to therapy. I remember not being able to get out of bed and just kind of going through the motions of life, and I didn't know what was going on. I did not know what depression was. Nobody told me what it looked like. Maybe I knew people that had gone through it, but they didn't share with me, so I didn't know who to talk to, who to ask about it. I just knew I was not feeling like myself. I didn't have energy. I just was in this mood, and I could not shake it. And that mood, it went from me feeling like that every single day. And the traumatic thing that had happened in my life, let me not forget that part. My mom passed away in 2010, right? And so I'm like one of those people, my friends and family, I'm the strong one, right? So I internalize a lot of things. I do not open up to people easily. I have to trust you, and you have to be a safe space for me to share. But so I went through depression, and I was going through it by myself. I didn't know to verbalize these things. And so I hit the darkest place in my life, and it was at that moment that I knew, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and God intervened and saved my life. And after that is when I decided to do something, to say something to someone, because I wanted to live. But the things that had happened to me, I just didn't know what to do with all of this hurt. And a lot of times, I said that to say this, a lot of times people will be depressed and you don't even know you're depressed. You become so conditioned to feeling this way. You adapt to it. You get used to going to your job every day and in a bad mood, and you don't even know why you're in a bad mood. You get used to coming home and snapping at your husband and your children, and they don't know what's wrong with mama and daddy. They just know that to walk around on eggshells. You condition your household to adjust to your moods. A lot of times, things that we can't control will have you depressed, and you don't know that you're depressed. That's the beauty of counseling, therapy, whatever you need, whatever advice, because sometimes it's not going to an office to sit with a person. Sometimes it's your spiritual sister or your spiritual buddy or your auntie that you're real close with. Sometimes you just need an outlet and need to hear yourself say these things out loud. I'm not okay. And with someone that you trust to say it, that's something I learned in therapy, to be more vocal about my feelings. It's okay to share and open up to people. And that's kind of what propelled me to do this and get on board with Will, because this is what this is all about, just helping people in a variety of ways. That being said, we do want to open up questions for the audience. Is there anybody in here that has had a struggle with therapy, or you want to share about depression or anything that you may be going through that you want to just share and get off your chest at this time? We want to open up the mic. Let's talk.
It don't have to just be about you, but it can be about
anything, any experience, anything you know about, anything you think we should know, anything you want to get off your chest. Let's talk about it.
All right. While y'all thinking about it, y'all can just stand up there at any time. But while y'all thinking about it, you got something on before I say something?
Self-medicate. Get you a good weed, man. Y'all be all right.
And see, that was one of the...
Welcome, Tone. Tone is in the motherfucking building, y'all. Welcome.
We didn't get there, but that is a strategy that most people in the world use to help cope with stress in their own mental health.
And I'm one of them.
Hey, listen, no judgment-free zone. Yeah. Judgment-free. Just do it responsibly. Whatever you're going to do it responsibly. That's it.
So I'm gonna shoot off a couple of these right here. These channel skills that I've learned while in therapy. It's 3 of them that I've learned: the body, thoughts, and your behavior. So your body itself. Let's start with your thoughts. Your thoughts itself is going to affect your body, and your body can even get weak, or you can just like that depression that you've been in, and then from your body is going to be your actually behavior, depending on your thoughts and your body, you're going to express how you're feeling in a certain way. And I don't know if y'all heard me mention earlier the anger management. So I was one of those angry kids when I was young, I guess. I don't know. I used to
Throwing fits.
bust holes in the walls and all that other stuff. I mean, y'all know me now. Y'all be like, nah, not Will, not Will. Oh, yes, Will. Oh, yes, Will. You call my military buddy and be like, oh, no, that dude was crazy.
I think he tried to choke me out one day. No,
Oh, did I?
I'm playing. I'm
so
lying to my discretion.
I'm actually going to go through some of this stuff straight off the paper so I won't mess up here. So on your body, you can focus on your breathing, focus on your basic self-care, soothing your senses, progressive muscle relaxation, and then we're going to go to your thoughts. Emotional surfing. I had to this one took me a hard time to master this technique. And let me try to get it right. Emotional surfacing. You only have certain emotions for about 10, 15, 20 seconds. And once you have, let's say that somebody popped in this room right now and say, hey, people gonna jump. That's only a few seconds. After that, it's up to me to keep looking over at the door and being afraid. I've already had that emotion. So I need to go ahead and regulate that emotion and surface that emotion wave to move on to better emotions or whatnot. Let's see, thought shifting. This was another one that I had to work on. Thought shifting. Let's say that, let's go. I know we try to stay away from not stay away from, but I know we talk about relationships a lot. So let's say that your boo, your girl is gone. She been gone for 20 minutes. She said she was gonna come home 30 minutes ago. So now your thoughts going. Where's she at? Mm-hmm. Right. She at her man house. Right. None of that crap is true. Right. So I had to learn that, you know what? Regulate your thoughts. What you got over here, Taz? What's on your mind?
Oh.
I caught you slipping, huh?
Yeah. What I was thinking about in a mental term, I was trying to get the word out, but it's the frontal lobe of our brain that reacts to that. Because I take the CPR training starting in mental health. I work in mental health, and the training, I feel like it was a very good understanding of how other people think. Because we always think of how we think, but we never think how we can cope with other people's thinking. And so when you were speaking about emotional what?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the thought shifting?
Yeah, thought shifting. And so a lot of the times when we think emotionally or when we think on situations of, oh, where's she at? It's because our frontal lobe is the first thing that responds to. So, and everything here is all about thoughts and emotions. But in reality, our thought processes and how we interpret it is in the middle of our brain. So the first thing that we interpret or communicate those things is in our frontal lobe. So it's hard to kind of reach at the back. That's why we have anger issues or anger management. Sometimes we might burst out. Sometimes we might have cry or something, because all of our bursts of emotions are at the front, and that's the only way we can react to things until we can bring ourselves to a point or to a level that in the middle of our head we thought it out. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react that way. That means that we done got our brains back to the middle part of our brain. And sometimes if we can think outside of our emotions, or if we can learn how to get rid of emotional distress, we can kind of think out how we will feel and how others will feel in a sense.
In a sense, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to take a break in a little bit, but let me go ahead and finish up the behavior part.
Shit was deep.
So on the behavior part, there's taking a deep breath, taking the time out, and slowing things down. Replacing behaviors also. The opposite action, and ask for help, which a lot of us don't do, and seek support. So when I was down, I actually had to seek support or whatnot. We're about to take a break, but when we come back, we do have a certified doctor in the building. Hey. I'm going to ask her to drop some knowledge on us today. Give Zealous Vibes some knowledge, and if you don't mind me asking you a few questions, then we'll go from there. But we're about to go ahead and take a break. It's Zealous Vibes. And don't forget, the bar is open. So if y'all want to get you a couple of drinks, go ahead. I think I'm going to keep it sober today.
We all on the same thing.
Right. All righty then.
while just sharing our point of view.
Boy, don't tell that man at that house, shit. He gonna miss you. Boy, put it all out on the table over here. We can start talking about men.
That's the other show.
That's the other. Okay. We get you next time. But man, welcome back. Thank y'all. I see a few more people that walked in, so appreciate y'all for coming. Let us reintroduce ourselves. It's your boy DJ Willie Will, and today we have with us
It's Tone Block.
The Real Cherie on IG with a C.
One of these days, I'm gonna stop introducing myself twice.
I know you better do it again.
Yeah,
You did that
it's your boy DJ Willie Will, aka D Will, aka Willie Will, aka Lover Boy.
Okay.
It's your girl Taz, no other KT.
Yeah, I don't have them fancy ass introductions. I was trying to work on it while I was sitting there. I'm Dr. Janine K. That's all I got for you.
Welcome, doctor. Woo-hoo. We called for a doctor and we got one. Watch out now.
She makes house calls. Hey.
You make house calls?
Hey, watch out.
Yeah, we're gonna get your text number. We're gonna put you on the. No, we not.
That's the wrong kind of house call. Don't just-
Is there really a wrong kind of house call?
Maybe not.
Well, y'all starting it off right on the second half. I don't know what happened on the
Y'all
first
done had a
half.
couple of drinks?
But the second
them
half,
drinks.
shoot, y'all started it off right. But Doctor, what do they call you? Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yes.
On her respect.
Put some respect on my
You
name.
heard me?
What kind of doctor though? Like,
Respect on that.
Very good question. So I'm a natural doctor. I'm a holistic practitioner. My doctorate is in natural medicine. So I help people get off their prescription medications onto a path of wellness. So getting to the root of their disease. Absolutely. That's a component of it. But the education behind it. So it ain't just about getting high. Like, what does that actually do to your brain? What does it do to your parasympathetic nervous system? So I put all of those components together to help people heal.
Amen.
I like
So
that.
do that thing that people be smoking every day, does that affect you in a negative way?
Don't tell on yourself now.
It depends on what your underlying conditions are. So what are you using it for? Any vice that you use incorrectly can be divisive. So, it's just about how you're using it and if you know what it's actually doing to your body.
Some of them just be bored. They just got nothing just to smoke their life away.
Some people just want to escape from what they're feeling. So, trauma. Back to it.
No, I'm just saying, you can use those vices as a way, like she said, to escape from your trauma.
Oh, okay.
And how long does that help? How long does that work out? I mean,
however long you believe it's working out.
gonna work out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means for some people it's forever, right?
Absolutely.
do you got a lot of like cures like Dr. Sebi, like things that?
Indeed.
Okay.
My mantra in my business is be your own healer.
I'm gonna definitely have to lock
Give
in
us
your
one
number in my
thing.
phone right now because I've already told you I've been to the VA, so I got me some pills in my medicine cabinet.
I'm at my deductible.
What's one thing you can do like on the daily, like instead of taking multivitamins or whatever? Like, is it juicing or is it just water or
Just breathe.
physical activity?
Breathe.
Meditation.
Breathe. A lot of us hold our breath. Like a lot of us holding our breath right now in this space. We're breathing, of course, because we're alive, but we're not actively breathing. We're not taking a deep breath in through our nose, blowing it out through our mouth. When you take that breath, you're resetting your body. You're resetting your parasympathetic nervous system. You're telling your body, hey, the bear is not chasing you. Chill out. Calm down.
I'm glad you said that.
You believe in breath work because breath work is a real thing. Like you can take classes, you can go to places, and they have this whole study where you can go and actually participate in breath work. But a lot of people don't know what that is. I've read some things, but maybe you can give us a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, so everybody has their idea of what can help and breath work, and without getting into the whole logistics of it, because sometimes we can be so scientific that we go over people's heads. And so that's what I practice as a natural doctor. I can give you all of the language and the garbage, but are you really going to catch it? So just simply breathe. Just stop holding your breath.
So when y'all said breath, I stopped breathing.
Remember?
It's mentally. You talking about breath work now? I'm like,
No, I did it too. She said breathe. I held it. I held it. When am I gonna let it go?
And we hold our breath. And so when you hold your breath, you tense up your body. Every nerve ending in your body is tense. So you're sending the message to your body that something is wrong. Yeah. So like we live in our body, but we don't necessarily have a relationship with our body. If you think about it, you know, we wash our body, God willing. You know, we feed our body. We rest our body, but we really don't have conversations with our body.
Knowing your body.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Listening.
You know, I talk to my body. You control your body. Your body doesn't control you. Time out. Come on with it.
Me in my house talking to myself is as healthy as me talking to my body, because we be having some conversations.
Listen.
You know, we've been taught, like if you're talking to yourself, you cray.
You crazy.
Right?
To other people.
I talk to myself and I answer.
I know
That's what I'm saying.
I do too. You know what I do? What I call it, because I like to change the narrative when it comes to turning a negative into a positive. I tell people, you're never crazy for talking to yourself, because God is always listening. You ain't talking to yourself, you're talking out loud to God. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I just feel like that's something to kind of help you cope and understand. Instead of thinking everything in your brain and your head, you're actually actively saying it out loud so you can kind of get an understanding of yourself. And like you said, with the breathing thing, somebody get on my case every day like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? I'm like, damn, can I just breathe? I'm just trying to take a breath away from whatever I have in my head. Like you said, I'm tense. Can I just breathe a little bit without having a problem?
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to open up for the audience if y'all want to ask the question here in a second. But before we get down, I'm going to stay on this breath real quick. So I sleep with a sleep apnea machine.
Okay.
And I've noticed, but without that thing, I was tired. My body was sluggish. I was putting on weight. And I went years and years. I don't know if this goes into the whole breathing thing, but I went years and years. And when I started using that sleep apnea, boy, I tell you, I started losing weight. I started getting some sleep. And I feel a whole lot better itself. So when you said breathing, I was like, I need to breathe. Because I stopped breathing in my sleep.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know how many times they stop breathing in their sleep.
Die 2, 4, 3.
Yeah, I had a surgery done, a kidney surgery done, and the nurse was like, we had a hard time waking you up. And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you stopped breathing in your sleep several times. At that point, that's when I went to go get professional help. Yep. But for the audience out there, do y'all have a question for the doctor in the building? Y'all know y'all got one over there. Y'all gonna, when y'all get home, don't be saying, I wish I would have asked this question.
They're going to go to Google. They're going to get on Google.
Ooh, that Google.
Or how can they reach out to you? How are we able to reach out?
So I'm Dr. Junine K on socials, DrJunenek, or you can go to getbraintapped.com.
So you had a little fancy name. You just had to get into it. Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
We got a question coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Please introduce yourself.
We gonna answer right after somebody yelled out a question. We gonna answer right after this young lady.
My name is Tanya.
Favorite check.
And I have
Tanya.
a question.
Yes.
Like when you're going through menopause, and so my emotions was just all over the place.
Yeah.
So my friend Cherie was telling me about ashwagandha. So I went instead of going to the doctor and having them give me prescription drugs, instead I went to the health store and they gave me some ashwagandha. However, that does help with my mood, but I don't know if it's still regulating as far as my estrogen and all of that. Is it something that you can give on a healthier side other than me going to the doctor and getting prescriptions?
So very good question. So a component of my practice is that I don't prescribe medicine necessarily. My prescription is something called a brain tap. A brain tap is what I use in my practice. 20 minutes on a brain tap is equivalent to 4 hours of sleep. So it's a self-hypnosis device. It helps reprogram your subconscious mind to think thoughts that better serve you.
Oh, wow.
So I teach people how to be your own healer. Why ashwagandha is great. You could take every herb. I have clients that's like, Dr. Sebi said such and such and such, and they got 455 herbs in their house. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't get to the root of your dis-ease, which is emotions, 95% of our dis-ease is rooted in emotions. We are emotionally unstable. We can now bounce back from a thing. We don't know who we are. We don't know why we're feeling what we're feeling, and we don't know how to interact with people that are feeling that same thing, or we don't know how to share with them why we're feeling that thing. So when you talk about menopause, it's a hormonal imbalance. So how do we get a hormonal imbalance back in balance? We got to balance those emotions, which starts with breath, right? That's the foundation of it. Just checking in with yourself on a day-to-day basis and breathing, not comparing yourself to anybody else, not trying to take this to calm yourself down, not thinking that something is wrong with you, that you're broken and you have to fix yourself. It's about coming into wholeness and oneness with yourself, realizing that every cell, every tissue, every nerve ending in my body is going to operate the way it was designed. I have 100 billion neuron processor. This brain is 100 billion neuron processor. I'm the most powerful and magnetic being on the face of this planet. If I say it, it's going to happen. So I control my body does not control me. So menopause, hormones, whatever it is, the itchy witchies, whatever it is, cancer, tumors, whatever it is, I'm able to stabilize my body because I control it.
All right, I'm loving that right there. Yes.
Thank you for your question.
What was the next question?
Say that again.
Shantae, she was asking, how do we get brain tapped? So I have a private practice in Dallas. It's in the DEC network. If you're not familiar, it's at the Shops at Redbird. So I see clients there. I call it a brain tap experience. You come in, the lights are low, the essential oils are going. A brain tap is just a headset device. There's lights in your ears and lights on your eyes. Literally, you put it on, and in 10 minutes, you're asleep. Your body goes to sleep, and your subconscious mind wakes up. Your subconscious mind, that's the mind that thinks for you. 40 to 60,000 thoughts a day happen in your subconscious mind. That's the mind that's keeping your heart beating right now. You thinking about what John Ray is doing at the house. You think about Boo waiting for you at the house. That's your subconscious mind, right? That's the mind that controls our thoughts and our movements. So it helps reprogram that subconscious mind so you're doing things that better serve you instead of the things that are actually harming you. So getbraintap.com is my site. You can actually get a 30-day free trial on the Brain Tap. And I've never had a person after 30 days say, oh, I'm going to cancel that Brain Tap app. I don't need that anymore. I have clients that have cancer, neuropathy, diabetes, ADHD. I have kids on the spectrum. Right now, I'm tapping an infant that's 5 months old, just supercharging the brain because it's a powerful thing that we don't even use 1% of.
Right. So
I have a question.
Yes.
Does something have to be wrong to get it, or can you just get it just because?
You can get it supercharged. I brain tap 3 times a day. Okay. I tap in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening, just to supercharge what's already there. So you don't have to have a dis-ease necessarily. It's just making sure that my thoughts serve me, because life be lifing, right?
Yeah.
All the time.
Life be lifing. And if I run up with somebody who has an issue, that part of your life gonna jump on me, subconsciously, unconsciously. So I gotta make sure I'm right at all times and I'm in alignment with me.
Yeah.
And do you think that's kind of helped some people confidence as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Help them learn themselves?
Absolutely. Because you got to know who you are and whose you are. You have to know what you're working with. Right. How am I going to present myself to somebody and I don't know who I am? Right. I don't know what I'm capable of. I don't know what I possess.
So I'm always trying to personalize my questions. These eyes of mine ain't been right. So will this brain tap?
Absolutely.
Will that help with? I'm not trying to get it all the way right.
Why are you not trying to get it all the way right?
I just want to know to read what's on that paper. But if I could get it all the way right, see, I don't try to push it too much. I just get enough. So will that brain tap help in my?
Absolutely. There's over 2,000 programs on the Brain Tap app. Mm-hmm. So if simply I say to my clients in practice, if you got in it, you can tap out of it. No matter what it is.
Oh, okay.
So it's good for like say alcoholism, weight loss,
Absolutely.
whatever you got going on.
Absolutely. Stress, anxiety, insomnia. I have clients that just can't sleep. You can't stop your brain from moving at night because you're thinking about all the things you got to do, all the things that happen to you, all the things you can't do, all the things you want to do. Just keep
you just identified my shit the other night. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. My joint just running and running and running.
Yeah.
I'm like, I better get up. No, you better go to sleep. No, you better get up. You got stuff to do. But I need to go to sleep or I can't do what I need to do the next day.
There you go. Because you become crazy.
Right.
The true meaning of the word when you are sleep deprived.
Yes.
When you go to sleep, that is the only time that your brain can actually repair itself. And we're not getting into a deep delta wave sleep. So we know about REM sleep. We know about REM sleep, but we don't really talk about the brain waves. So the brain tap puts you in a delta wave sleep, which is your deepest sleep. And that's when the body can actually heal itself.
I gotta go.
And you get there in 20 minutes.
I gotta do some more study.
You do wake up from it, though, right?
You do wake up.
Okay.
It's self-hypnosis, but so I remember when I got certified in hypnotherapy and I asked my girlfriend, hey, do you let me hypnotize? She was like, hell nah. You ain't finna have me hopping on one leg barking like a dog. I was like, that's not what hypnotherapy is. That's just what we think. It's your ability to change the way you see something in your mind's eye. So maybe you were traumatized, maybe you were molested, maybe you were raped, maybe something bad happened to you that you just have in your head. You're able, when you're hypnotized, to go back and change that, pull the color out of that image. The brain doesn't know the difference between real or fake. It only knows what you focus on.
Right.
Yeah.
We put it at the back of the...
Absolutely.
So is this a thing that happens over multiple sessions? Is it a one-time thing? Will you know once I feel better about this. Oh, I look in the mirror and love myself again. Will you know instantly?
Yeah, so good question. About 50% of the people after their first brain tap session can notice the feeling that the anxiety has shifted. And I have a measuring tool, the neural check, so I can actually measure your brain waves, measure your emotions, see how you were before. Like I've had a client that was 175 over 120. Blood pressure. After the brain tap, that went down dramatically. So it's measurable results that you can see that this brain tap is actually helping you.
Is that hat you put on?
No, that's a little bit more technical. Yeah, this is just a headset. It's literally like a Beats. Like it looks like Beats, but then there's shades that go over the eyes as well. So you have lights in the eyes and lights in the ears. And there's binaural beats that are going on, isochronic tones. It's just the beat in between the beat. So that kind of stuff that's balancing the left and the right side of your brain hemisphere to balance you out and put you in what's called emotional homeostasis. That means my emotions are balanced. You know, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you got time for it today. Let the wrong person walk up on you.
You said emotionally balanced. I'm like, all the ladies in my life, I need to go and get y'all signed the fuck up.
Now we identifying the ladies that need to get a brain tap.
Talking about mama, sister, friend. If you around me, we getting your ass over there.
Well, you go first.
Oh, I'm gonna go first.
Right. Ain't he a mess?
But I did have a question. Have you watched the movie called Black Box? It was on Netflix. Anybody watch Black Box before?
Black Box.
You have? And it kind of, if you remember what it is, does it kind of give you the same idea of what she was speaking about? But the way she did it was a controlling way, so I can break it down to you. So Black Box was a mother who lost her son a long time ago. This man did not know he lost his memory for whatever crash or whatever trauma he went through. So every time he relived these scenes, it looks familiar to him, but he cannot map it out. Everything he goes around is blurry. So one day he go do a study kind of similar to Black Tap, right? Or not Brain Tap. Brain Tap. And she puts more technology into it with the whole head count, devices set up, listening to or using the neural waves in the brain, and also the vision itself. And he goes deep because she wants him to remind him on what really happened, what body you were in. Eventually, long story short, Black Box, he was able to go inside of himself or be able to hypnotize himself and realize who he was. But the person he was wasn't the person he was on the outside. So he remembered his trauma on what happened. And this lady mixed a different person's brain or hypnos into his brain, trapped himself inside to make him be the person she wanted him to be.
Just sound like
So I just recommend everybody to look at Black Box because, I mean, they show you that image, but it's kind of similar to what you were saying.
Well, I will.
But in a wrong negative way.
I'm
I'm just saying it's kind of, but it's in a negative way. It's in a negative way because it's kind of. But I want y'all to I just want you to tap.
I'm not gonna take the monkey brain and put it inside.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying it is, but
no, but in the sense that you can go within yourself and identify who you are, and you change that. We're taught that genetics is a thing. If my mama had it, I'm gonna have it. And my daughter's gonna have it, and her daughter's gonna have it. But there's also something called epigenetics, and that just means you're able to rewrite your story in the present tense. So what you listen to, what you read, what you're around, all of that deposits into your subconscious mind, whether you know it, and it's actually changing your genetic structure. So the energy is a thing, and that's what I work primarily in, frequencies and energy. Energy cannot be born, energy cannot die. It just changes forms. Everything is energy. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. So when you get the understanding of that, and it's rooted in quantum physics, which is what my degree is in. When you get the understanding of that, you can really understand how your body works, that you're just not a guest in your body. You're a spirit being having a human experience.
Can you give me that word one more time?
What is this? Which one?
You can read that genetic word.
Epigenetics. 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 Epigenetics.
Right? Because I got to learn this stuff. Because there's stuff that I do, and I don't even know the term for it.
Really?
Yeah, because I've literally, so we talked about, like you said, it's in your DNA, and we've been taught that, it's been passed down.
Yeah.
But that's been my journey for the last 10 or 12 years, is to reprogram myself.
Absolutely.
And I didn't even know there was a word for that.
Yeah.
I was just doing it.
Hey, do it feel like, DMT or ayahuasca, if that's how you pronounce it? That's how it feels?
Yes. So I can count on tone. But so when you go on a trip, you're really going inside of that subconscious space that isn't present all the time. So I always advise my client, even with edibles, right? A lot of times people go to places and they got some brownies, these edibles, and they don't give you any instructions on how much to take, and people have bad experiences. Like, I don't like them edibles. I can't. Yeah. Well, that's because the dose was incorrect and nobody guided you through it. Yeah. So I have like edible parties. It's a 4-hour party. I'm gonna guide you through it from the beginning. I'm gonna tell you when your height is. I'm gonna tell you what you should be experiencing in your body, and I'm gonna lead you through it to the end, and then I'll bring you down at the end. So just teaching you how your body actually works, because we all have endocannabinoid systems in our body that marry with these particular things. So when you go on a trip, it should be guided to do something. I don't want to do nothing that's just gonna make me feel, well, there are some things that I just want to do that make me feel. Let me not lie to the people. But if I'm going to do something, I want it to be intentional. I want it to be purposeful. And I want to know that something happened when I did it. So, but yes, to answer your question, in a sense, it's almost like somebody brain tapped the other day at a conference that I was at. And he said, it was like I was floating. Mm-hmm. That was his word. It was like I was floating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll be over there next time.
Do you believe in psychedelic clinical trials?
Yeah.
Because I actually work close with the hospital. I work in Green Oaks, and they have specific clinical trials for certain patients, and they just trying to see how if the drug will be effective for the patient itself, just helping with post-traumatic trauma or depression or harmful ways and things of that nature. And they said it's been pretty successful so far.
Yeah, it just needs to be guided. That's all.
Got it, okay.
Somebody that actually knows. So I can't guide you through nothing I ain't took.
Right, okay.
Right. How I'm going to guide you to a trip? How I'm going to tell you about what it's like to be in Canada and I ain't never been?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
We got any questions out there? Once again, it's getting quiet.
That mean they thinking.
Right.
So, well,
yes. So
show that shirt. Show that shirt.
What did it say on there? Because I.
It say tap in before you tap out.
Okay. I'll be
So
there.
that tap into the brain tap before you tap out. So before you choke somebody out, which anybody want to choke somebody out occasionally?
All the time, every day, all day.
So I brain tap so that those emotions don't overtake me. It's not that I don't ever get pissed off. It's not that I don't ever get depressed. It's not that I don't ever get emotionally unstable. And it's not a fact of if you experience it or not. It's can you get out of it? And how long are you staying in it? And who are you taking with you while you're in it? Are you projecting that onto somebody? It has nothing to do with them because you feel a certain way? Or are you just gonna figure it out? Like I understood what you're saying. Like, okay, I'm going through this patch. I'm just gonna deal with it.
Deal with it, yeah.
I'm gonna deal with it and I'm gonna get through with it because I understand this is just temporary. This is something I have to endure. And whatever we're enduring in the present, it's because of our past thoughts or our past actions. So you want to change tomorrow, you change right now. We, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? Your thought, change your thoughts, change your world.
That's right.
Yes, sir. But before we close this out, I want to say thank you again, Doc, for coming.
For sure.
Definitely, you got to drop me with your information so we can put it on our website.
Absolutely.
And can you let everyone know again who you are and how they can reach you?
Yes, so I am Dr. Junine K. You can get me on all socials at Dr. Junine K, DrJunenek. And my site is getbraintapped.com.
All right, I loved it. Anybody else got anything to say before we close this out?
I love everything. I just soaking it up.
All right. Thank y'all for coming out once again. You say you had something? Oh, what you got?
It was just one more last thing because I kind of struggle with this a lot. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people struggle with this. I mean, daily. Grief?
Yeah. Yeah, so I have a lot of people that actually endure grief and don't know how to get out of it. I've had, and I have an interesting relationship with death because I watched my brother die for 10 days and didn't understand what was the purpose because I took care of him for almost 2 years in a vegetative state and no infections, no anything. And I didn't understand why I had to watch him disintegrate. What was the purpose of that? And the purpose was to understand that I don't have the control to do that. I don't have the control over that. So I understand that death is just there's only one way out of here. It's like if we get ready to leave this building, it's only one exit. Then we could take an exit that go out the back, but it's only really one way to get out of here. If you parked up to the front, you got to go out the front door to get to the exit. It's only one way out of this life. So when we accept that we don't have control over keeping somebody here, we can learn to release that and let it go and understand that healing doesn't always just happen on this side, but healing happens on the other side. Whatever, it don't matter if you believe in Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, the sun, the moon, the stars, whatever it is. It's a matter of letting go and allowing.
Yes.
And then how do people who isn't spiritually on that level know how to let go or be on that other side?
It's a practice. It's something that you have to practice. That doesn't mean just the other day I was sad, like just wanting my brother to just walk down the thing and come into the house. So you feel those human feelings. What we have to learn how to do is not ignore them or not try to push them down or suppress them because it's like a gun. We become gunpowder people. When you think of a shotgun, it has all that gunpowder in it. It's pressed down real tight, right? And when you get ready to pull that trigger, you're going to blow a hole in something. So instead of that, I'm going to release on a daily basis. I'm going to allow. I'm going to understand that I'm feeling this way. And it's okay to feel this way. Not try to resist it. Not try to make myself happy when I'm sad. I'm sad. I don't feel like adulting. I don't want to do it right now. I'm going to allow myself to do that. Play me some music. You know, smoke, do whatever it is that I need to do to get me together right quick in that moment so that I can continue to live life.
Amen. Well, thank you.
For sure.
Thank you for your words.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you all for coming out. Next time we will be back here, we'll be talking about
Narcissism.
There we go.
When is that?
Boy, we
On the
got
14th. That's next Monday on the 14th. Narcissism.
And yeah, the real Cherie will be hosting that. I'm gonna be back listening because I need to know more about this.
Ooh, it's a hot one. It's a hot one, but it's real.
So y'all definitely come back out and enjoy that. Absolutely. All right, we out of here, Zealous Vibes.
Thank you.